Today I'm going to show you a simple method to produce biochar for the vegetable garden. All we need for this process is some scraps of wood, a few branches and a shovel. So let's start. First of all, we dig a pit where we will char the wood. The hole must be large enough so that there is enough space for all the wood we want to char. Why in a hole, you might ask? Because later we want to extinguish the finished charcoal from below with water. The hole is finished and now we can start to make a fire. When we are making charcoal, it is very important that the fire burns at high temperatures and there isn't a lot of smoke. Because if there's a lot of smoke, it could be that there are pollutants in the finished charcoal. So it's very important to start the fire with some smaller branches before we add the bigger stuff to get a very hot and clean burn. As soon as the fire is burning well and the branches on the surface are starting to turn white, it is time to add more wood. First, we spread the already charred material evenly in the pit with the shovel and then add more wood. Due to the new wood on top, the already charred material underneath gets less oxygen. This prevents that the coal turns to ash if it would burn any longer. From now on, we repeat this process each time the wood begins to turn white on the surface. We spread the charred material and cover it with new wood. And we do that until there's no more wood left. While we wait for the charring process to finish, we can already get some water, which we will need to extinguish the coal. As soon as everything is well charred, we pour the water in along the side of the pit. In this way, the charcoal is extinguished from below. Before we now harvest the finished biochar, we first check whether it is really completely free of any harmful substances. We can do a little test for this. We take one piece and try to crush it with our fingers. This should be easily possible. Then we take another piece and smell on it. It should smell completely neutral. If this is the case, we taste it. And also this should taste completely neutral. If all of this is the case, we can safely use this biochar in our garden beds. The next step is to grind the biochar. I usually do this in a bucket with a heavy hammer, while the charcoal is still slightly damp, because then there is no dust. The last step before we can use the biochar in the vegetable garden is to load it up with nutrients, so that when it lands on the garden beds, the microorganisms don't draw a lot of nutrients out of the soil while colonizing the biochar. The easiest way to do this is to simply compost the biochar in a compost heap. The resulting compost is probably the most fertile material for the vegetable garden one can produce. If you mulch your garden beds regularly with this incredible compost, a nutrient-rich, crumbly and fluffy soil can be created in a very short time. If you liked this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. I very appreciate it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.